Beauty webinar. My name is Josie and I'm one of the Careers Advisors from the Skills and Jobs Centre here at the Bendigo TAFE. Before we get started, we need to run through a little bit of netiquette for the webinar. So you will have the opportunity to ask some questions as we go along. Julie's going to be our moderator today. If you do have any further questions at the end of the session, we will have a Q&A. So please note that we won't be using the raise your hand function. And if you do have a question, type it into the Q&A button down the bottom of your screen. So just a reminder, please to be respectful to the rights, the privacy, safety and opinions and beliefs of others and demonstrate appropriate and respectful behaviour and language. So we hope you enjoy our webinar and our virtual open day. So tonight I have the pleasure of speaking to teachers from both hairdressing and beauty departments from the Bendigo TAFE to highlight these creative courses that will have you job ready upon completion. So okay, let's get started. Welcome Wendy. Wendy is a teacher from Lotus Hair and Beauty.
Thank you, Josie. Thanks for the introduction.
Great, well thank you for your time tonight. So my first question is, how did you get your start in the hairdressing industry and what do you love most about it?
Okay, I guess everybody has their own little start, but I was interested in fashion and hair from a very early age. I was living in a very small country town in Victoria, and when I was about 16, I won Miss Summer Dance, and I was interviewed for that. And when I was asked what I wanted to do with my life, my answer was to be a hairdresser. So that was the light bulb moment for me. So I continued to Form 5, which is, I guess, year 11 now. And then my father sent me off to Melbourne and I went to a private hairdressing college and I studied there for 12 months. I then went for an interview in South Yarra and I was offered a 3-month trial, which then ended up in 15 years of beautiful hairdressing. I guess you could say really that after being at the college and learning that really I got 50 years of wonderful time in hairdressing.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And now you're giving back and teaching students, which is fantastic.
That's right.
So I want to talk quickly about, well, not quickly, but I see that the TAFE, they offer a Certificate 3 in hairdressing and they offer a Certificate 3 in barbering. So could you just guide us through what are the differences in between those courses?
Okay, so let me say that they both cut hair. But the Certificate 3 in hairdressing focuses on colouring and foiling hair, blonding and straightening hair, and of course, long hair styling, putting the hair up. The barber course focuses more on beards and shaving, traditional men's and urban cutting, including tracks and carvings, and men's grooming.
Fantastic. So how long do the courses take? And how many days in a week would students need to be on campus?
Yes, they need to know the commitment. So Certificate 3 is a 10-month course, and that's delivered over 3 to 4 days a week. And then the barbering is delivered over 9 months, and the attendance is 2 days a week.
Okay. So what does it take to work in these industries?
So you need to be interested in people. You need to be okay with working on the weekend. You need to love fashion and style. And you need to have some creativity within you. So if you like helping people find their confidence and look fabulous, and you like working in a team, then hairdressing and barbering is for you.
Fantastic. So another question I think students might be interested to know is, do they have to do work experience with these courses?
Oh, yes. Yes, work experience is highly recommended for both courses and it often leads to jobs.
Yeah, I guess getting that real life experience being out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, clientele. So my next question is, do the students start working on mannequins or real life models? How does that work?
So what we do is they work on mannequins to start. And by working on the mannequin, they can build up their confidence. And then as soon as they feel really comfortable, then we put them onto clients. So most of the work is done on models and clients.
On models. And they can come into the salon, into Lotus Hair and Beauty.
Well, Lotus Hair and Beauty have a clientele of their own, and we share those clients with our students. And we also encourage students to ask around in their circle of influence, in their family, and bring those people along as well.
Fantastic. Okay. So my next question is around job prospects at the end of both of these courses. So, is there a high demand for Bendigo TAFE trained students, both in the hairdressing and the barbering?
Yes, absolutely. There's a high demand both here in Bendigo and in the district, and even down in Melbourne.
Fantastic. So that's good to know. If they're going to do the course,
yeah,
there's jobs out there at the end of it.
That's right.
Yeah, because that's something as careers advisors, we often, they like to know what the outcome is. So
that's right. Yes, no, they love our students. The industry loves our students.
That's fantastic. So why do hairdressers and barbers do what they do? What are they passionate about?
I think they're passionate in relating to people, working with people and making a difference with people. And along with that, they usually are very creative. And so, it's just that expression of their creativity with every client.
Yeah, and I guess every person they meet with each day, it's a different style. So
look, your work is different, but you know what you get most of all, which keeps you going, and that is the difference that you make in your client's life. And being a hairdresser is very special, because sometimes a client that comes in isn't touched by another human being, and there you are in their private space, working their hair, making them look fabulous, and touching their shoulders and their head and maybe even their face a little bit. And it's just a beautiful experience for them.
Very rewarding, I would assume.
Very rewarding for the hairdresser.
Yeah. So my last question is, will there be challenges in these industries?
Look, there are challenges because you need to keep up with the current trends. But, hairdressers are very generous. And one thing that the industry does is we share what's new with each other. There's always something new. There's always something, on YouTube, or there's usually lots and lots of look and learns that you can either attend, although given the COVID circumstance, that's difficult. But there's lots of really high-end hairdressers doing beautiful work right now. And you just have to log on through Facebook or Instagram.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Wendy, for your time and
absolutely my pleasure.
It's been insightful, I hope, for people considering hairdressing or barbering.
Yes.
Fantastic. So thank you. So I've heard that a common misconception is that hair and beauty are the same course, but in fact they're very different. So here to talk more about beauty is Catherine, is one of our teachers from Lotus Hair and Beauty, who will share with us her wealth of knowledge about this industry. So welcome, Catherine. Thanks so much for joining us today. And Catherine, I think you're on mute.
I am. Thank you, Josie. Let's start that again. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
So let's get started. I'd like to ask you, Catherine, how did you get your start in the beauty industry and what do you enjoy most about it?
Well, Josie, I always knew I wanted to be a beauty therapist. From a very young age, I'd completed my VCE and then I went to train in Melbourne. At that time, there was no country training like there is now. So, we're so fortunate now. I enjoyed learning all beauty practical skills and really thoroughly developing my understanding of skin structure and function, as well as developing communication skills and with a lot of different ages of people, and the confidence to perform treatments as well. And, throughout, my 30 years of that wonderful experience, it's given me so many opportunities of salon owner and spa therapist, working overseas and obviously now teaching and still working in the industry.
That's fantastic. So it's been a fairly rewarding career by the sounds of things for you, Catherine.
Yes, it
It's
certainly
great to
has.
hear. Okay, so my next question is around, I see that at the TAFE they offer the Diploma of Beauty Therapy and a Certificate 3 in Beauty. So can you tell me the difference? Would students have to complete a Certificate 3 prior to commencing your diploma? Can you walk us through the process there?
Yes, certainly. So, really, I'd like to talk about the difference first. So, Certificate 3 is delivered over a period of 6 months, which the students will attend 3 days per week. So, they're covering 13 units, anywhere from lash tinting, makeup, lash extensions, spray tanning. Whereas diploma is delivered over a period of 11 months. So, they attend 5 days per week, and that's 25 units. A lot of similar units in the Cert 3 and diploma, but the diploma really does branch out to include spa treatments, massage such as stone, aromatherapy, Indian head massage, blending beautiful oils, specialised facials, and of course, both qualifications cover your communications, that meeting and greeting a client, infection control. So students can begin their beauty career by enrolling in the Cert 3 and then finishing that and moving forward to the diploma. They obviously will get credit transfers for those units, or they can begin studying in the diploma. So I think students need to think about, have they studied for a while? Because diploma is full-time, 5 days a week, and Cert 3 is 3 days per week. During our pre-training interviews, we can really guide and help the student to advise them down the right path.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's good to know. And I guess too, if some did start at the Certificate 3 level and then perhaps went on to do the diploma, that's only going to be more skill set on their resumes.
Absolutely, because they have to remember there's a difference between 13 units to 25.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what does it take to work in the beauty and spa industry?
Yes, so it really takes passion for helping people, a level of health and well-being that supports clients for them to feel good about themselves. Definitely listening. It's not all about the therapist. The client is the most important person. Probably eager to please, but in a sense of what I mean there is that the Cert 3 really enhance the client's own natural characteristics. For example, spray tanning or eyelash tinting, or eyelash extensions. Whereas diploma, more spa, skin and body treatments and wellness as well.
So why would people be drawn to this industry, Catherine?
Yes, so because the employment outcomes are good and are set to increase. We are right in the middle of the spa region in the state, with Madison Spa in Echuca, up in the Madison Ranges, right to the Dalesford area, the Lake House, the Hepburn Bathhouse. And it's a very rewarding career because there's lots to develop. You never get bored. There's always something to expand your knowledge and skills. And often clients will tell you that they'd wish that they could come back and see you every week, which, mind you, a lot do. So, it's really important to think about a course, and particularly this one that does have, just fantastic job opportunities and, such great pathways.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's just so many places they can branch off, which is exciting.
Yes.
So my next question is there a specific personality type that's more suited to work in the beauty and spa industry?
Yes. So one, particularly attention to detail. We've spoken a lot about wellness and particularly introducing relaxation. So that's very, very important that the student is interested in both of those. Again, the ability to listen. We must listen to our clients. A high level of personal presentation and working within a team, but particularly working independently, because you are in a salon treatment room, often, with one other person. So that's very important to think about as well.
Okay. So I think we've touched on this briefly with our previous question, but what are the job options at the end of the course? And I know I've heard that your students are in high demand once they obtain their certificate or diploma. So you touched on there's obviously a lot locally, but it leads to obviously a lot of other places to work too.
Yes, look, both qualifications, both diploma and Cert 3 in beauty, have very, very good job outcomes. So Cert 3, you'd be thinking of working in a beauty salon or working in a pharmacy that has a beauty salon, a spa attendant, makeup consultancy, eyelash specialist. And we have a good relationship with L'Oreal Luxe, brands like Revlon and NYX and Lancome, which really takes you down the path of a beauty advisor. Whereas a diploma, you're looking at spa therapist in a beauty salon, a beauty therapist, beauty salon manager. And you need to think about too that moving to study the diploma certainly opens up further job opportunities because you are learning more knowledge and skills. But both qualifications certainly have fantastic outcomes, and we have a very good relationship with industry, and they are regularly contacting us for graduates that have finished both qualifications.
Wow, that's great to know. So my last question, Catherine, is what would be potential challenges working in this industry?
Yes, so the challenges really are keeping up with a rapid changing industry. But that's to be looked at on an exciting side because we're always developing new skills, perhaps identifying new equipment that can give us a much better result for the therapist and the client. I think too, again, keeping yourself well. We're on our feet all day. We are working later in the industries because that's an exciting time because you have a lot of clients that are working that can't come through the day. So it's an exciting time to work later in the evening. Listening to people all day because they're talking to us and we're advising them. Product solving and of course working to a time frame. Because when you're a busy therapist, you've got a lot of people booking in, so you need to be, watching that time frame. And I think too, therapists can sometimes just forget to care for themselves because they're involved and enjoying the industry so much. But we have to be reminded to keep our bodies strong so that we can be in the industry for a long time and give our clients what we need and enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Catherine. I think that's you've answered a lot of questions that will be very helpful to anyone that's looking at a career in the beauty industry. So what I'm now going to do is just quickly ask Julie, our education manager, a question about the revitalisation project. So at the Bendigo TAFE. So I assume a lot of people will have noticed that there are a lot of works going on at our city campus. New buildings up, old buildings down. So Julie, what does the revitalisation project mean for hair and beauty?
Well, this means an exciting new building for hair, beauty and barbering. We'll be delivering the same high quality training for both hair and barbering salons. We'll have them on the ground floor, and on the third floor we'll have a fully equipped beauty and spa salons, and there'll be further hairdressing training salons as well. So we really look forward to having people who are interested coming and enrolling into our courses and travelling this journey with us to this new, beautiful new facility.
That's very exciting for everybody. So what are the next steps if someone is wishing to enrol?
So to enrol from here, it would be about completing the expression of interest form, which is online, and just go to the Bendigo TAFE website and type that into the course that you're interested in. And from there, we'll contact you and organise a pre-training interview where you'll have the opportunity to ask some more questions, and we'll find out and help you decide if this is the right course for you.
Fantastic. So I think that concludes my questions for tonight, and I'd like to thank both Wendy and Catherine and Julie for being with us tonight. So at this point, I think perhaps we can throw out to Q&A. Alex, at the background there, did we have any questions that we needed to answer? Wendy,
Julie has
Catherine,
actually taken care of all of the questions that did come through, but I will put it out to anyone in the audience at the moment. If you have any last minute questions, please pop them in the Q&A function right now. We will be finishing up this webinar in a couple of seconds. We'll hold tight for a few seconds, see if anything happens. It's not looking likely. So with that in mind, I'd like to thank all of you for participating in tonight's webinar. It's been so insightful in terms of getting that little bit of a backstage pass to the industry and really finding out on what you can really expect from our courses at Bendigo TAFE. So again, thank you to you all. Thank you to everyone who has attended this webinar, and we hope that you continue to enjoy our virtual open day. We are online until 8 p.m. this evening. So if you have any further questions that we weren't able to address to today, feel free to jump in there and ask your questions there. That's all from me. So I guess thank you to everyone again. I hope you have a lovely evening and hope to see you on campus soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.